This video deals with adult themes that are violent and sexual in nature and is not appropriate for children. So, Enlil and Ninlil. This is a translation from the electronic text corpus of Sumerian literature. The link is provided in the description box below. There are a few translations with minor variations, but this one is probably the best one in my opinion. As you probably know, hopefully, most of the Sumerian texts deal with Enki and Enlil, two brothers that ruled over the earth. But this ancient tale mostly deals with Enlil, the lord of hosts, as it were. Here, a young Enlil encounters a beautiful maiden who was told by her mother, Numbar-Sigenu, the old river woman, not to go into the river in which Enlil swam because he would, let's just say, want to know her in a biblical sense. Obviously, the Sumerian texts are a bit more graphic and blunt. You can read it for yourself in the translation. Sure enough, this defiant young woman goes to that river, and sure enough, Enlil sees her and wants to have sex with her. He has his minister, Nusku, take him across the river towards her, and there, Enlil bluntly says that he wants to have sex with her. She says no, because she's a virgin, and she claims her mother would probably slap her hand and her father would probably lay hands on her. In other words, beat her. Nevertheless, Enlil proceeds to do as he pleased. In other words, he raped her. This encounter led to the birth of Suen, Enlil's firstborn son. I find it interesting that Suen's name is also pronounced Sin, because that's what he was born from, as Enlil had raped this young maiden. Enlil was forced to go through a trial in a court of 7 judges, and they found him guilty, so Nananmir, another name for Enlil, was forced to leave the city in shame. However, the maiden followed him. It would seem she was attracted to Enlil, despite what happened. Nananmir is another name for Enlil, the way that Nutty Mud is another way for Enki, his older brother. Alas, Enlil ran away and hid in the city gate. And when this maiden inquired about his whereabouts, he pretended to be the guard and said he had not seen him. Then this maiden offered herself to the guard, probably knowing that it was Enlil anyway. This made Enlil jealous, and he finally let her in, having sex with her a second time. This led to the birth of their second son, Nergal, which means to trust. I imagine he probably said, "Trust me, I'll marry you," in order to have sex with her again. But then he ran away. Again. Go figure. Now, this is one point that one of my heroes, Zachariah Sitchin, was wrong about. He claimed Nergal was a son of Enki because Nergal uses the symbol of the serpent, which is like his last name, his bloodline. Why? And why did Enlil run from this maiden twice? In fact, 3 times in total, this maiden follows him to the city gates, to a house that guards where the river turns deadly, and to a ferry boat. Each time, Enlil pretends to be a guard that denies seeing Enlil. Each time, this maiden offers herself up to the guard, causing Enlil to get jealous and have sex with her. With each encounter, he spawned another son. So why would he run from her? Why would Nergal, Enlil's second son, use the symbol of the serpent, his uncle Enki? Why would Enlil give up his rank to run from this girl and not marry her? I'll tell you why. Enki was the maiden's father. You see, Enki and Enlil, the brothers, didn't seem to get along. Of course, the gods married their siblings to keep a pure bloodline. To us normal humans, that seems disgusting, but to them, it was their way, apparently. But Enlil probably couldn't handle that this girl he was attracted to was the daughter of his older brother. That's the only explanation I could think of, the simplest one anyway. Who knows? But this is the reason I made this video. I wanted to correct Sitchin's mistake with respect and point out that the texts clearly say that Nergal is Enlil's son, not Enki. I do surmise that Enki was not only his uncle, but his grandfather. I did make a video about Nergal called Angel of War. Check it out if you get a chance. Anyway, after having 4 sons, Enlil finally marries this maiden and she becomes Ninlil. Enlil regains his rank and his sons become his rightful heirs. May he be praised for finally doing right by her. I've retold this story in far more detail in a book called The Days Before the Flood. If you live in the United States, it's available on blurb.com. This book is a collection of stories that preceded the Bible, told in a way that's much easier to understand. Well, that's all for now. Thanks for watching.